And this morning, first of all, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this morning, we are featuring a fight for February the 21st, 2026, Las Vegas, Nevada. T-Mobile Arena, right? And this is a championship caliber fight between Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, right? And this is for Barrios's welterweight championship belt of the world. So these cats are going to be really getting at each other because, first of all, Ryan Garcia came off a devastating loss to Rolly Romero, right? And this is his second loss. And there hasn't been too much noise made by Ryan Garcia of late because Ryan Garcia actually has a history of pre-fight nonsense and the things that he says, right? I mean, it was a point in the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia fight when Ryan Garcia actually won that fight, but actually lost based on a technicality being that he was found dirty of Austrian PhDs, right? And that win was turned into a no contest, and it wiped Devin Haney's loss away, and it had put Ryan Garcia in a position where he was suspended for, I think, a year, right? But that was in, what, 2024? And everything has turned around since then. But we don't know if Ryan Garcia's behavior has turned around. That has just been determined. We shall find out soon. But I will say that at this juncture, Ryan Garcia seems to be playing by rules, right? I think there was an issue about him having a problem with being tested for PEDs, right? But there's nothing been said about that, so I have to infer that Ryan Garcia to date is playing by the rules. And what else can you ask for, right? I mean, that's what rules are put in place for us to follow, right? Whether we like them or not, we live in a society that is formulated by the rule of law, right? We all have to follow the law in this particular country, to say the least, right? So let's get to the particulars, right? Ryan Garcia is 27 years of age. He's 5'10", with a 70.1-inch arm reach. He's a right-hander. Actually, he has 24 wins, 20 by knockout, 2 losses, one to Gervonta Tank Davis, and the other to Rolando Romero. In the fight between Garcia and Tank Davis, he was stopped, right? He has no draws. He's ranked number 4 by the WBC. Mario Barrios is ranked number 9 by the Ring Magazine. Now, that ain't a bad spot to be in with Ring Magazine. He's 30 years of age. He's also 5'10", with a slightly longer arm reach, is 70.9 inches, as opposed to Ryan Garcia's 70.1. He has a slight edge in reach advantage over Ryan Garcia. He's a right-hander also. 29 illustrious wins, 18 by knockout, 2 losses. I know one was to Gervonta Tank Davis, if I'm not mistaken. Gervonta Tank Davis stopped Mario Barrios, right? This is during the time that we were finding out whether Tank was to be considered as great. And quite frankly, he did establish being a great little boxer, right? Contrary to the fact that some of the things that he does and says are not good, right? Especially when it comes to boxing. And let me say this. In boxing, for those boxers who haven't gravitated toward the knowledge necessary to be considered as a great fighter or who is striving to be great, right? he has to have the mindset necessary to mind what he says, and his actions must be applicable to showing people that you want to be great, that this is not something that the boxer takes lightly, right? And who comes to mind other than Ryan Garcia is Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis has problems. We all know that, right? But that's podcast is for another day. Again, Mario Barrios was stopped by Javante Tank Davis. He has no draws, right? And currently, he is ranked as the WBC. I mean, that's a hell of a prestigious position to be in. To be the W. See, I say it's a hell of a place to be in because the WBC, contrary to the fact there's a lot going on in the good column and the bad column with the WBC. Let's be perfectly clear about that. The WBC is one of the prestigious belts, right, in the game, right? So for me, when a person becomes the WBC champion, he has a long road to hold in regards to upholding the dignity associated with the WBC's belt, the WBC's extreme high level competitorship in the nature of the belt that is represented by the WBC, right? But let me be perfectly clear. Right? To date, Mario Barrios has defended that belt twice successfully. Ryan Garcia will be his third defense of that belt, right? So let's not say that Mario Barrios is a good boxer associated with the WBC's belt. You know what I'm saying? 3 defenses, that's pretty good. Now, I don't know if Mario Barrios is capable of beating Ryan Garcia, right? Ryan Garcia is at the mindset right now. He has to win. Ryan Garcia wins, or I don't know. I don't know where he's going with his career. You know what I mean? I mean, to take a loss from Mario Barrios, nothing against Mario Barrios, but Mario Barrios isn't considered as a high value boxer when it comes to championship levels. You know what I mean? And I'm not taking anything away from Mario Barrios. I like Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios, in my opinion, is a warrior, right? But I'm just concerned about longevity when it comes to maintain that championship caliber representation when it comes to being a champion, right? I kind of got question marks in reference to whether he'll be able to maintain that title for a reasonable amount of time, right? Whether he can go down in history as one of the champions in the welterweight division that maintain that belt for an astronomical amount of time, right? That is in question, right? And until time comes, after he gets past Ryan Garcia, and I hope he does, you know what I mean? I want to see exactly what Mario Barrios has on the inside. You know what I mean? What he's working with as far as his desire to be among the greats, right? You know what I mean? You can have a belt. And there's a few cats out there today that have belts, right? But I'm just going to tell you point blank that I don't think they're worthy of carrying the mantle or championship belt holder, right? I'm not going to go off and mention the names because that's for another day. But I'm just saying, a lot of cats that have belts today won't be holding them long because they're not championship caliber fighters or boxers. You feel me? So there's other fights that's coming up that we're going to have room for and give attention to, right? Because they're great fights. And again, I have to respectfully give a shout out, right? When we're talking about good fights, we're talking about the fights that the public want to see. We have to give a shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh, right? We have to give a shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh because whatever Turkey Al-Sheikh's motives are, and let me say this, Turkey Al-Sheikh has made reference to the actual reason for why he's making boxing great again, right? And this is actually for a politician, right? I told y'all I participate in politics, right? he stated that making boxing great again is also great for helping out his country, right? To put people in a position where they live better. And then look here, if we had that type of mindset in the White House today, and we don't, right, or in any house of representation, right, the world would be a better place to live in. So again, shout out to $20 Sheep for just being an awesome human being. That being said, hit that subscription button, man. What do it cost you to hit the subscription button? Nothing. Drop a comment in the comment section and give me your opinion on who the victor will be between Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios on February 21st, 2026, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. And on that note, I'm gone. I'm good with that.